Item 1. Mr. Aslan's CV and career appraisal included a reasonable amount of structural engineering assessment and design work and use of analysis software. Stop. However, when asked how the moment of a projecting cantilever section of floor will be distributed back into the brace frame main structure, he explained that he was not able to do it now, as most of such design work that he had done was 15 or so years ago. Stop. The majority of the structural analysis he was concerned with now mainly involved fairly straightforward structures though requiring complex assessment. Stop. However, he had able engineers at his disposal whom he would get to check such structures and, as mentioned below, volunteered that he would ensure their results were appropriately checked against the QA procedures in place, as for any work that was outside his competence. Although his theoretical skills may have been a bit rusty, I was satisfied that he was aware of the limits of his present capabilities and adequately compensated for them. Item 2. Further to the above, Mr. A explained how he carried out inspection for assessment and the corresponding assessment of line-side structures affected by LU track renewal works, including carrying out desk studies and analysis of such structures as retaining walls, making assumptions as to the wall thicknesses and ground conditions, and the effects of excavations at the toes of such structures. Stop. While working on the King's Cross Station redevelopment in 2006-2008, he carried out several redesigns of the permanent works to improve safety and blank construction. Managing several technicians and detailers and presenting his results to the engineer and client. Stop. Item 3. As mentioned above, Mr. A managed teams of 4 to 5 CAD technicians, detailers and junior engineers of different ethnic backgrounds and of either gender. Stop. He has a quiet confidence about him that, in my opinion, would motivate and inspire those reporting to him and other work colleagues, that in turn encourage discussion of alternative ideas. Stop. Mr. A explained how, in the course of discussions of his work on the construction of signal equipment rooms for London Underground, he had insisted on the substitution of a proprietary access stair system because of inadequate temporary works for the original system. And on his present project, in his present project management (contracting) role, he often found himself adjudicating on bad quality work or the need for extensive remedial works. Stop. Even against pressure from his employer, the contractor, or subcontractors especially, when it might adversely affect costings and budgets. Item 5. In the course of the mock CPR, I asked Mr. A several questions of detail and clarification on his career appraisal submission, which he answered satisfactorily, explaining well and clearly the problems he had encountered managing an NEC fixed price contract when neither the scope nor the site conditions were known, and how it would have been better to have used a bill of quantities or rates-based form. Stop. Although he had, in the course of his career to date, worked for both contractors and consultants, he was not clear on the differences of the responsibilities of each, relating to fitness for purpose and reasonable skill, care and diligence. But he understood when it was explained to him. Stop. He knew how charge-out day rates were built up, how to estimate and control and predict costs of work in progress or completed, and action to be taken when costs and programme were both favourable and adverse.